My childhood best friend asked me to fake marry her to save her family's home, but she has absolutely no idea that I've been desperately in love with her for over a decade. For a bit of background, we met back in middle school. I was the awkward new kid, and she was the only person who sat next to me in the cafeteria. We've been completely inseparable ever since. We know absolutely everything about each other's lives. Well, almost everything. The truth is, I've been hopelessly in love with her since we were 16. We actually almost kissed the night of our senior prom. It was this highly charged moment, but right as we leaned in, we were interrupted and the spell was broken. We nervously laughed it off and literally never spoke of it again. Throughout our 20s, she dated other guys and I dated other girls. I was always the loyal, supportive best friend, giving her relationship advice and listening to her vent. But secretly, every single time she got her heart broken, a tiny part of me hoped she would finally look at me and realize I had been right here all along. I always chickened out, convincing myself that I valued our friendship way too much to ever risk ruining it by confessing. Fast forward to last month. Her eccentric grandfather passed away and his will revealed a completely insane stipulation. He left his entire estate, which includes the modified, accessible house where she and her disabled younger sister currently live, to her. But there was a massive catch. She only inherits everything on the condition that she is married by her 26th birthday, which is in exactly 3 months. If she isn't legally married by then, the entire estate defaults to her estranged, greedy uncle, who has already explicitly vowed to sell the property to developers. She showed up at my apartment in absolute tears at 2 in the morning. She was having a full-blown panic attack, terrified that her sister would be thrown out on the street. She looked at me, her eyes completely red, and asked if I would do her the most massive favor in the universe. Fake marry her, just on paper. We'd have a quick courthouse wedding, convince the estate lawyers and her family that our relationship blossomed organically, secure the inheritance, and then quietly get a divorce a year later. Without hesitating for a second, I said yes. I would do literally anything for her, and there was no way I was going to let her lose her sanctuary. She hugged me so tight she cried into my shirt, calling me her hero and the best friend a girl could ask for. But here's the soul-crushing part. In order to pull this con off, we have to genuinely convince her entire extended family that we've been secretly dating. We have to take professional engagement photos. We have to practice holding hands, kissing in public, and looking at each other like we're madly in love. Essentially, I'm about to live out my deepest, most impossible fantasy, but I have to pretend that it's all just a fake performance. The other night, we were sitting on my couch drinking wine and practicing our backstory. She leaned her head on my shoulder, laughing about how crazy this entire situation was, and softly said, "You know, if we were actually together, I really think we'd be incredibly happy." My heart completely stopped. I realized right then and there that I cannot go through a fake marriage while harboring this massive secret. The line between pretend and reality is already blurring for me, and it's slowly tearing me apart. Before we sign those legal documents, I have to come clean. I'm taking her to our favorite scenic overlook tonight, and I'm going to tell her the unfiltered truth about my feelings. I want to be her husband for real. I just pray I don't lose my best friend in the process.